It's interesting, when we look at the life in the church, we all want the fruit, don't we? We all want to see lives changed and people set free from addictions, families healed, hurts healed. We want to see that. That's the fruit of what we do. And so in order to get that fruit, we often quickly rush in to get some good seeds. I'm going to buy that Divine Renovation book. I'm going to get the Rebuild book. I'm going to do Alpha. We're going to do a senior leadership team. We're going to do this. We're going to do Cursil. We're going to do, right? Whatever programs, processes, or best practices you can get your hands on. Those are the seeds. Because we've heard those seeds get good fruit. And so we take those seeds, we plant them into our church, and they don't work. Or they don't work very well. Or they don't work very long. And it's not uncommon for people to say, that didn't work here. I guess we're different. Let's see what else we can find. But what they don't realize is the toxicity level of the culture of their church is what prevents them from getting the results on the package of the seeds. That's the culture. The soil is the culture in your church, and we never address it as a church. In fact, we take it for granted. Culture is what we take for granted. It's what's normative. It's the air we breathe. We don't even notice. And when I do coaching, what's really interesting is I can pick up the toxicity level in a culture of a church really, really fast. And in coaching, it's the first thing we go for. It's the last thing people call us for. They call us because they want to get results with Alpha. They call us because they want to get connect groups going. They call us because they want to start all kinds of things that they hear about at St. Benedict Parish. But what they don't understand is our culture and how hard we work at it to take it from toxic to healthy. Think about the healthiest team you've ever belonged to in your life. What kinds of things were going on? What were the attitudes and behaviors in that team that made it so much fun to belong to? And so that's the context of what we're saying right now. So go ahead, give me one. What? Visionary? Healthy teams are visionary. I agree. I'm going to be terrible at spelling, but we'll get over that.
Fun.
Fun! Oh, praise God, that came up at number 2. Kids don't mess around. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. Nobody can read it, but that's pretty cool. So here's the deal. It's really fun being on teams like that. But I'm sure we've all been on teams where we didn't want to be a part of it anymore. And maybe it was a job you didn't like going, because it was a toxic place to be. The way people behaved just made you want to stay at home or stay in bed. That ever happened to any of you here? Don't raise your hand if you're in that situation now and work for the church. What behaviors undermine toxicity? Go ahead. Bullying. All right, so let's stop there, and I want to share with you exactly what we did on that day that changed everything 4 years ago. Is that I let them know that as a leader, as someone who's now responsible for supporting you guys, supporting this team, I want you to know something. I'm going to do everything I can to help us create this team. Because don't we all want to belong to a team that behaves like this? Right? But here's the problem. Sometimes I behave like this. And I don't want to. And I don't mean to. But I do. to give myself permission to be this guy, because this guy is going to undermine this team. So I need your help. You know, sometimes for me, in teams, I can get so focused on the goal. I can be so excited about where we're going and the results that we're going to get that I can bowl people over. And sometimes in meeting, what that looks like is I cut you off. I don't listen to you, or I discount what you're saying and keep moving ahead. And I hurt people. I've heard that time and time again in my life, and I'm ashamed of it. And that's the truth. And I'm probably going to do it to you too, without even knowing, because I have blind spots. And the reason I want to tell you that is because if I'm going to be worth my salt to you, and I promise you, you deserve the best leader possible, I can't do it without you. And so if I ever treat you like that, or you ever see me treat somebody else like that, will you love me enough to pull me aside and tell me? Can I count on you to do that for me? Because if you do, I'll be a better leader. But here's the deal. If I can be toxic from time to time, and I am, I'm wondering if maybe you can too. And if that's the case, would you give me permission if I ever experience you in toxic ways? Or if I ever see you behaving in toxic ways to somebody else, would you give me permission to pull you aside and to love you so that you too don't hang out here very long? Will you let me do that for you? And here's the last bit of that. Will you give each other permission? Will you give each other permission if you behave like this? And everybody said yes. You could see their eyes and their disposition change because they knew from today forward it was never going to be the same. I told them nothing is ever going to prevent us from this. We've already said, all of us, that's what we want. But you guys have to admit, we've been living here and we've been part of the problem, haven't we? And it's okay. A lot of that is because we have a structure that didn't support you. And I'm sorry that that ever happened. But today's a new day. Today is the day we move to health and never